Hi, this is Cyborg John. I'm going to go over Eddy Gordo Season 3 changes. Later, I'll make a video about Eddy Gordo's strategies in play and how they might be altered by these Season 3 changes. Go ahead and follow me at FH4Life80 or check out my channel at FH4Life1. Alright, let's get started. Slippery kicks and all the variations have gotten buffs in distance. So when the slippery kicks land raw, it will leave the opponent slightly closer to you, maybe leading to more consistent or maybe even better combos. When the variations of the slippery kicks hit out of strings, they'll connect more consistently because the strings, once they hit, will suck the opponents in, leading to less width slippery kicks, which if you're an Eddy player, you know that can happen even on hit. I did not notice a big change in Season 3 with this move. Forward 4, 3+4 variation maybe pulled the opponent in a little bit closer for a more consistent hit, where the handstand 4, 3+4 still left a whipping slippery kick even on hit. So we'll have to see how this move plays out and if it has a big impact in the future on those side angle interactions and those weird situational interactions that happen a lot with Eddy. Forward 2-3. It's a new move based off Eddy's old string of forward 2-1-4, which was high mid. This new move is high mid, so it leaves a little bit of counter hit potential for people trying to microduck and punish the forward 2-1-4 before the 4 comes out. This move goes into handstand at the end of it, and so it leaves Eddy vulnerable for a moment, just like all of his transitions. So if the opponent you're playing against knows what move to use with that character to float Eddy into a combo, they'll have an opportunity to do that. This move, maybe it looks like it could be used potentially as in a wall combo, or maybe at the end of a combo for wall carry. Forward 4-3, 3+4. Introduced in Tekken 6, led to huge counter hit damage on the slippery kick variation of it, which is no longer guaranteed in Tekken 7. This move has gotten a defensive buff, so the opponent is now closer to you on the when the third hit is blocked, and that is a really good thing because this move, when the opponent is anticipating it, they can sidestep between the second and third hit of it. So the fact that it's going to place the opponent closer to you on the third hit should be a good thing when you're mixing up this move into stances or low kicks or whatever. Down back 1+2. Got a buff of 3 points. Enough said. This move has always been good. It's safe. It's -7 or 6 depending on what distance it's blocked at. Should be pretty good. It's a tricky back sway launch. Back 1+2 got an input buff. So now you can now do this move with a slide input, which is going to lead to more consistency in the execution of this move. This is a good thing because you normally do this move when you block something and you're at frame disadvantage. So the fact that you can buffer in some of the input during the block frames in a situation when your window for execution is going to be very small and tight is really good. Although the slide input for this is very tight. It's 1 or 2 frames. It's not like Eddy's down 3+3 slide 4 or Harong's whiplash, which are a little looser. So just got to keep that in mind. Up forward 3, 3+4 got a distance buff. So now when the 3+4 portion of this move hits, the opponent will faceplant closer to you. So this could mean that at odd angles and situational distances, when the follow-ups to the 3+4 portion of the string were not guaranteed, maybe they will be guaranteed now and hit a little more consistently. Forward 4-2-3 got overall buffed. Got 2 buffs and 1 nerf. So it changed the frames on block of the low kick from -15 to -14, so that's going to be great because now not too many characters are going to be able to get a full launch while standing punish on this. But they decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move is blocked, so when the opponent blocks that low kick portion, they're going to be closer to you, which is going to lead to more consistent while rising punishes across the board against this move, so that's not good. Change the frame advantage on hit from +4 to +5, so that's just good. Enough said. Better frames on hit. Forward 3, the running slide, got a buff. It got 2 more points of damage added to it, so that's great. The most exciting thing about this move, obviously, every Eddy player uses it a lot. The most exciting thing is now it sparks. It doesn't have to be a counter hit. It just sparks on normal hit now, so it's like a heavy hitting move. Sidestep 2 got buffed. So now on block it will be a +3 when it used to just be 0, and on hit it will be +8 now when it used to just be +5. So they added 3 frames of advantage whether you block or are hit by this move. and now it also forces the opponent into a crouching state, so it's going to be really good on normal hit. On normal hit, you'll be +8 with the opponent crouching in front of you, so it'll be very good. On counter hit, the move still launches, so no change there. Handstand 3+4 got a buff. It's now only 26 frames on startup when it used to be 28, so it comes out a little quicker. That's good. I use this move, so I'm glad I'm going to be able to go into it and execute it a little bit quicker. And let's hope that there are some situations coming out of string transitions from strings or something on hit or block that lead into this move that factor in that 2 frames. Handstand down 3+4 got buffed. It's now considered crouching from frame 1 to frame 15. This is good because the move comes out in 16 frames, so I'm guessing there must have been a little window in there in which he was considered standing or at a standing state, and people could float you before the move actually hit, so this should address that, and lead to this landing more consistently. This is a really good launcher, it's only -9. On block, and leaves you in handstand, where you have an option to go into another instant pancake press and, do something. Handstand back 3 got a huge buff. Counter hit, now it leaves face plants the opponent, belly down, head towards you, which is a great Oki position for you to be in. It was always pretty good before as a quick unexpected low out of handstand, where people are normally expecting a big 50-50 mix-up, right? -14 on block because on hit it would leave Eddy and relax right in front of the opponent again, and +7 on hit, which was always pretty good because it will even get opponents who are trying to option select hop kick Eddy out of his relax options. So a pretty good move all around, and it got a huge buff, so this will be way worth using in the future. Down forward 3 and all of its variations got the same counter hit buff. When the down forward 3 hits on counter, it now splats the opponent belly down, head towards you, which is a great Oki position for you to be in. It's always been a decent poke at 15 frames, -10 if you don't hold anything and go back into handstand, and -7 I think if you hold down and go down and relax. Either way, if the opponent's expecting it, they'll get a guaranteed hit, and a standing counter hit if you press the button at the wrong time. Making it just decent, the move needs to be set up a little bit. But with this counter hit buff, it'll give everybody a lot more reason to set moves like this up. Little pokes that do big things now. And that could be the story of Eddy for Season 3. With all these new buffs added to his existing pokes, it will encourage people to incorporate these lesser seen moves a lot more into their gameplay. As far as Day 2 speculation goes about how good Eddy will be in Season 3 compared to the rest of the characters, he will be about the same, or considered a little bit worse if anything. His list of changes, although they're all buffs, they're mostly for moves you don't see too often. And then when you compare it to other characters like Horong and Eliza, their change lists are twice as long as Eddy's. And then when you compare it to, like, say, Gunjack, he has a very simple move list, half of Eddy's. His change list is still just as long as Eddy's change lists. And then there are other characters, you get into other things like top tier characters also got buffs. A lot of characters have 2 new moves, and just all that kind of stuff. I believe Eddy will just remain about the same or be considered a little bit worse. That's the end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy watching Tekken on Twitch, catch me at FH4Life1. Follow me at FH4Life80 on my Twitter account. That's where I'll post updates when I create new vids. Later, there'll be an in-depth Season 3 strategy video on Eddy once all the real strategies have been revealed. Thanks.